Good afternoon. I'm Alexandra Newsy from Revolutionary News. I'm here with my assistant, Samir, to attempt a time-traveling interview with Marie Antoinette and Maximillien Robespierre on the eve of Marie's execution. First, Samir will establish a connection.
Well, Alexandra, this is a very tricky technique, but I will give it a shot. Yes, I believe we have video now of Mademoiselle Antoinette and Monsieur Robespierre. We have a connection. However, Antoinette and Robespierre seem to have been transplanted into a present-day copy room.
That is okay. Thank you, Samir. This is an amazing opportunity to talk directly to these two historical figures. Miss Antoinette, Mr. Robespierre, can you hear me? Oui.
Yes.
Obviously, this is a very emotional time for you, Marie. Do you mind giving us your account of the events leading to this? This all happened because of the American Revolution. It put the idea of a revolution into the minds of the peasants. They detached from the Estates General and formed their own group called the National Assembly, thinking that they should represent the country instead of those who were most qualified. I see. Based on your tone, I assume that means you do not think they had the right to rebel. Of course not. Why did they think they have what it takes to run a country? The monarchy has been in place for hundreds of years for a reason. All right. Robespierre, what are your opinions on this matter?
I disagree strongly with the idea of a monarchy. I agree with the ideas of Rousseau. My political viewpoint has been strongly influenced by Rousseau's work.
Is that so? Rousseau was an advocate for the idea that absolute democracy was the most effective form of government, and he believed that there is an inherent goodness in people. Do you think your actions have reflected those ideals?
I've only done what I've thought would revolutionize this country. If people are going to be against change, then they should have no say in government.
And you think the best way to make sure that they have no say in government is to execute them? Why do you think you have the right to decide who should and should not have a say in government?
It doesn't matter if I have the right to or not. If I have the power to make a change, then I will do whatever is necessary.
All right. Let's turn the focus back to Marie. Marie, what do you think of Robespierre's actions? What do you think? He is a ruthless killer, executing whoever he pleases just because they disagree with him. He says he admires the work of Rousseau, and yet the system he has put in place is the exact opposite of an absolute democracy. Okay. Let's turn the focus back to our first question. Robespierre, would you tell us a little more about the events leading up to today?
All right. The monarchy was oppressing the peasants. The way the Estates General was run, 2/3 of the representation was given to only 3 of the population. Of course people would be dissatisfied. So the Third Estate split off from the first 2, and formed the National Assembly. Spurred by the revolution in the American colonies, they made a goal to make their own constitution.
Interesting. Marie, would you mind telling us what happened next? Next, the revolutionaries stormed the Bastille and gained possession of the armory there. It was their proof of defiance, the first large act of rebellion. Then the peasants began to rebel as well, burning documents listing feudal obligations and even burning the homes of nobles. Then they stormed Versailles, a whole mob of angry women marching right up to the castle and taking me and my family hostage. They took us to Paris and placed us, the royal family, under house arrest. From your point of view, that must have been scary. And what happened next?
I'll tell this next part. The royal family tried to escape from house arrest in June of 1791. The Jacobins took this as an opportunity to claim that the royal family had abdicated the throne. Unfortunately, the National Assembly could not agree on anything. The Jacobins were only radicals in the group, and infighting caused the National Assembly to be rather ineffective.
Marie, would you tell us a bit about the Reign of Terror? All right. In 1792, there was the Commune of Paris. The revolutionaries took me and my husband, King Louis XVI, out of house arrest and actually imprisoned us. In 1793, the revolutionaries executed my husband. The Reign of Terror began soon after. Robespierre was the leader. He executed by the thousands. Anyone who disagreed with him was killed. 9 months after King Louis XVI's execution, I am about to be executed. Well, that's it for our time. This was very interesting. I'm glad we learned so much during this interview. Thank you both for participating.
Goodbye, Miss Nussey. We are clear. Alexandra. We did it.
Yes, we sure did. It was a little glitchy, but we got the information we needed. Thank you, Samir, and thank you for joining us. For Revolutionary News, I'm Alexandra Nussey, signing off.